We make assumptions about wealthy individuals, whether we see them in the media or in our daily lives. Designer handbags, pricey sunglasses, and opulent cars are common symbols of wealth that help us recognize wealthy people and draw logical conclusions about their lifestyles. Welcome to our channel and today's video. We will be debunking 8 myths that have for the rich and wealthy. Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our next video. Now let's get to it. The truth is that not all wealthy people have impeccable financial histories and are large spenders. In fact, having money doesn't guarantee that you know how to handle your own finances. The following list of 8 wealthy myths includes people you may know who defy them. 1. They're homeowners. Our presumptions that wealthy celebrities reside in the palatial homes and condos of Malibu and New York City have been validated by celebrity reality shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and MTV's Cribs. Sure, a lot of wealthy people, whether or not they are famous, own their homes, but not all of them do. In actuality, a number of famous people have paid rent for their homes, including the actors Diane Keaton, Meg Ryan, and Jane Fonda. In actuality, Queen Latifah paid Fonda $10,000 per month to rent a 4,700 square foot according to Zillow. Renting might be a better financial choice for business people and celebrities who move around and have a lot of businesses around the world. However, we can't call Latifah's rent cheap at $10,000 per month. 2. They're experts at money management. If it is not inherited, wealth is frequently the result of succeeding in business. Honing that entrepreneurial spirit is frequently essential to building money, whether you built your name up to command a specific income, as is the case with athletes and celebrities, or built up a firm. But just because someone can get money doesn't necessarily mean they can handle it. Do you ever wonder how the affluent keep getting richer? Financial planners, who make sure their money works as hard as they do or within their means. Financial advisors are consulted by corporate leaders like Mark Zuckerberg, who founded Facebook in his undergraduate dorm room, when it comes to managing the results of their success and shrewd business decisions. 3. They have perfect credit. Credit scores are used to assess a borrower's chances of timely repayment of loans. Failure to do so will result in a drop in credit score, which will increase the interest rate charged when borrowing money in the future. It makes sense to believe that the wealthiest individuals have strong credit histories that contribute to their wealth. This isn't always the case, though, as wealthy people sometimes engage in wasteful spending. Low credit scores are a problem for famous people who are in debt or who have filed for bankruptcy. For instance, Lindsay Lohan reportedly owed $600,000 on her credit cards in 2010, with a $15,000 minimum payment due each month. Who knows whether Lohan managed her payments or what her exact interest rate was, but it's safe to assume that her credit history reflected her spending decisions. 4. They're big spenders. This is true for many wealthy people, especially famous people, but it is not always the case. More money gives you the chance to spend it on opulent experiences and expensive things. That private yacht, or, in the instance of Virgin Group founder Richard Branson, that island, may appear more affordable the more money you have. But you don't have to behave like a rich person simply because you're wealthy. Although Zuckerberg is well known for his signature gray t-shirts and hoodies, he is not the only businessperson who practices thrift. According to Business Insider, Warren Buffett has a net worth of $63.3 billion, making him the third richest person in the world. With average earnings of $37 million per day, the Oracle of Omaha is famously frugal and still resides in the home he purchased in 1958 for $31,500. 5. They're debt-free. Several celebrities are challenging the notion that wealth and debt cannot coexist. Those who command large salaries and endorsement deals frequently also have debt to match. From Lohan's credit card debt to the $18 million professional boxer Mike Tyson owes the U.S. Revenue Agency. According to USA Today, Tyson's debt rose to $38 million in 2004 despite having a $300 million wealth. Actors Nicolas Cage and Burt Reynolds, photographer Annie Leibovitz, and retired baseball player Jose Canseco are some more well-known people who have struggled with debt. 6. They come from money. The idea that wealthy people have it easy is not wholly inaccurate. After all, those who inherit family money have a considerable financial advantage. But the self-made guy, who has control over his financial situation independent of family money, is at the heart of the American dream in its whole. While affluent software entrepreneurs are being produced at an alarming rate in locations like Silicon Valley, we are witnessing self-made men ascend to the top of the salary tables. Some of the richest people in the world began their lives not just in the middle class, but also in poverty. Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks, was reared in a Brooklyn housing project for the underprivileged, and Oprah Winfrey, a successful businesswoman and talk show host, was born into a low-income family in Mississippi. Forbes estimates that Schultz is now worth $2.1 billion, while Winfrey sits at $82 million. 7. They've never been bankrupt. Similar to debt, bankruptcy appears to be the opposite of wealth. Unfortunately, some of the most prosperous individuals eventually lost everything. Henry Ford, Walt Disney, Milton Hershey, and H.J. Heinz are some affluent individuals who overcame bankruptcy and went on to establish brands that are still present in our daily lives. Another illustration, hotel mogul Donald Trump has filed for bankruptcy 4 times in 1991, 1992, 2004, and 2009, yet his net worth has increased since his initial Chapter 11 petition. Trump's worth has increased from $500 million in 1990, according to Forbes, to $4 billion now. 8. They don't have a budget. You can live carefree on an endless budget if you're wealthy, right? Even billionaires like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett have a limited amount of money to spend. So one may assume that the mega wealthy don't need a budget at all because they don't live paycheck to paycheck. A sensible person who has collected riches, however, lives on a budget because he is aware that everything can be lost just as quickly as it was gained. Despite having a $50 million net worth, actress Keira Knightley stated to Glamour magazine this year that she has been living on a $50,000 yearly budget since 2012. According to Knightley's statement to Glamour, "My parents were actresses and writers, and that gives you the mentality of, okay, I've got money now, but it could all go." Rich people should and do apply the same budgeting principles for themselves, just as you would for retirement, your mortgage and vehicle payments, food, and other bills. Otherwise, it's likely that their riches would be misappropriated, leaving little for the future,